Hello everyone, back tuning into today's video. It's Monday on GazWeatherVids.com, which can mean only one thing. Yes, it is Europe Day. Every Monday at GazWeatherVids.com we have a look at the weather for the coming week across the European continent, and today is no exception. Now, for a go on video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There usually be video ads on my weather pages at GazWeatherVids.com, so please play those ads. You'll be supporting GazWeatherVids.com by doing that. So this is the pressure chart for the continent today. We've got low pressure out to the northwest of the British Isles, keeping it fairly unsettled for Scotland and Ireland. Also low pressure going up towards Norway as well, keeping it more unsettled there. But really the bulk of the continent very much under the influence of high pressure, big area of high pressure to the east of Europe, and we've also got the Azores high extending in to the west and the southwest as well. So a lot of anticyclonic influences going on across the continent today, and this will be the case throughout much of the coming week as well. Winds are coming up from a southerly direction across many parts of the continent, so it's really quite warm. If we have a look at the upper air temperatures, we can see we've got the 10 Celsius isotherm there, stretching up from Spain and Portugal into France, into Germany as well, down through the Mediterranean, minus 15 isotherm. That's proper hot air. It's getting going from North Africa, extending up in towards the Mediterranean, and that warm, those warmer air temperatures do extend up in towards some southern parts of Scandinavia as well. Really quite mild up to the northwest through Britain, Ireland and Scandinavia as well. The cold air has been forced right way back in towards the far north of Scandinavia, up towards the Arctic and up in towards the central part of Russia as well. So much of the continent has warmed up very quickly in the last few days. We've lost the cold temperatures. Really has been a very dramatic switch around in the last week or so across the continent. Still unsettled over Scandinavia, with showers or longer spells of rain, quite wet weather coming in towards Scotland and Ireland as well. A few thundery showers perhaps around Germany, extending down in towards the Low Countries, but really we are looking at a lot of dry weather through the continent today. A few showers, thunderstorms perhaps over the Pyrenees, but much of Spain, Portugal, much of France, many central and eastern parts of Europe having a lot of dry weather with good sunny spells. Just some showers coming down through the Balkans in towards Romania, possibly down in towards Greece and Turkey as well. Actually really quite wet across Turkey, perhaps where the wettest weather is over the continent today. Very warm across many parts of the continent. We've got temperatures into the 20s Celsius there for Germany, going through the Low Countries, down in towards France as well. Temperatures up to 25, 26 degrees, perhaps in one or two places in southern France. 26 is getting very close to 80 Fahrenheit. As we come through the Mediterranean, those temperatures will be in the mid-20s through many parts of the Mediterranean, going down towards Spain and Portugal, and I say through the central basin of the Med. We see those temperatures up into the mid-20s, maybe the high 20s for some southern parts of Spain, into the 80 Fahrenheit mark. As we go through into the middle of the week, the high pressure is still there across many central, southern and eastern parts of the continent, really extending up from Spain and Portugal, through France, through Germany, through the Mediterranean countries and out in towards the east. Always more unsettled up to the northwest for Britain, Ireland and Scandinavia. Denmark too, always more unsettled with low pressure dominating. It's still quite warm as well as we go through into the middle of the week. The cold air is away there up to the northwest, actually out of the continental landmass. Many parts of the continent will be quite warm. Not as warm as it perhaps is to start off with over Scandinavia, but it's still pretty mild really. Mild for Britain and Ireland, and then generally quite warm across many other parts of the continent. It's still unsettled across Scandinavia, Ireland and Britain on Wednesday. Southern areas of Britain probably largely dry, so for the funeral down in London on Wednesday, mainly dry weather there I think, but certainly further north, very very wet for Scotland and Ireland. A really wet day on Wednesday, windy too with perhaps gales in places, and it's showery over Scandinavia. Those showers do extend down perhaps through those northeastern countries of Europe and then down in towards Poland, possibly down in towards Hungary as well. But really it's the exception to the rule, and many parts of the continent will be dry through the middle of the week with good sunny spells. Temperatures through middle of the week, well, perhaps become a little bit cooler for Scotland, and you can't see it, but for Scandinavia as well. But for the bulk of the continent, it's still very warm as we go into the middle of the week, with temperatures at least into the low to mid-20s. Through Mediterranean again, it could well be in the upper 20s into the 80 Fahrenheit mark. Now, things will be a little bit different as we go through to the end of the week. We push that low pressure through to Scandinavia, but we are taking a cold front down across the central countries of Europe and introducing much cooler and fresher air, with this high pressure building in behind it around Britain and Ireland. And the high pressure was dominating across central east areas, is being pushed away further to the east. So the upper air temperatures do show this better. We have got a cold front, as I say, moving down across central parts of the continent through the middle of the week, marked by this boundary between the warm air to the east and much cooler, fresher air coming into the west. Actually quite cold air coming back in towards Scandinavia and parts of Scotland, where showers could be turning a little bit wintry. Having a look at the precipitation, that's showing that we've got that cold front there lying through France, very active over the Alps into southern Germany, and then over towards the east of Europe. Showers coming in behind on that northwesterly wind, and those showers could be turning increasingly wintry over Scotland and many parts of Scandinavia as well. Convective potential shows that we have got some convection, perhaps for the Alps. There could be some thunder on that cold front over the Alps. Not much convection going on elsewhere. And for temperatures, well, it's much cooler in the northwest, but it's still quite warm in the east, the south and the southeast. That cold front is pushing back to warm air further away towards the east. So that's it. Looks as though we're going to be seeing a lot of dry weather across the continent this week. Mainly dry, has to be said. Always more unsettled for Scandinavia, Britain and Ireland, but dry, warm and sunny for the bulk of the continent for much of the week, just turning cooler and fresher from the northwest as we go through to the end of the week. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.